and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges.
Uh-huh.
Let's start anew. I am Father.
This is insane.
The degree of trauma you're...
I want answers, asshole.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity, but I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find yours. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am... your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now it's leaving. Are you following?
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organ. Plenty of that was available, of course, even in their attempts, but then the Institute... I was exactly what they needed. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
I don't believe you. There's no way any of this is true.
I wish there was something...
Sure. You're my son? Then prove it. Now.
I've already told you how I came to be here. I don't know what further proof I can offer that would convince you. I've shown you my trust. Your weapons haven't been confiscated, and I stand unarmed before you. Please, let's just talk.
If this is true, where do we start?
I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand. Are you following? This really is a matter of importance.
So you're in charge of the
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point.
It doesn't matter what they think.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the common... Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident.
Uh-huh. Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. For many years, I never questioned. With old age, but what else can I...
Uh-huh. Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
He was a murderer. He killed your mother.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocity. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with them.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. Forgive me. There is much...
I'll do whatever it takes.
I am glad to hear. The Institute... You want to introduce yourself to the... And finally...
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable...
It seems like a...
I can understand how it might seem that way. It is something new. New discoveries are always welcome. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Sean.
Hello, Father. I hope your time in the Institute has been enjoyable.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
Duh.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think when Father told us about you.
Sure.
If you don't mind my ask.
I just wanted to find my son.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical. We maintain and upgrade. There's a lot of machinery behind these. The work we do might not be as
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built for the